Vagina, 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 vag, 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 vagina,
Racist
vagina,
joke.
vagina, vagina,
Racist
vag,
joke.
vag, 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 vagina, vagina, vagina. Did Amy Schumer write this?
Action!
Welcome back to Coming This Summer.
Ooh, if you haven't clicked off by now, welcome to
There
our
was a reason
or
for
welcome to
that
our
intro.
joyride review. Yeah,
So we just got out of the theater and
save your money, guys. Don't go see this movie. It was really bad.
I'm perplexed that this thing has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I just want to start off by saying
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
there was not an ounce of originality in this
Jurassic
movie.
Park has 100% on Rotten. I don't think Jaws has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Back to the Future probably doesn't have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and those are near perfect movies. This was horrible.
It wasn't that. It wasn't funny.
It's less funny than all three Hangover movies. It's less funny than Bridesmaids, and it's way less funny than Get 'Em to the Greek. We talked about.
I'm shocked that it's the same writer who wrote Crazy Rich
Asians. We had a unique theater experience too, where there was nobody in our theater. So me and you are basically doing CTS live with each other.
Yeah, it was
to
just
this
me and
fucking
you.
Movie.
Nobody
came out for this
No
movie.
one wanted to see this one early.
It's Friday. It's like
we actually.
it's
yeah,
not
that's
even
right. We
early.
didn't even see this
It's
one early. We
opening
normally see
day.
movies early. I forgot.
yeah.
Oh my god, I was giving that in my head as the excuse as to why was
My
there.
nobody was in there. They put it in a significantly bigger theater than Insidious, but Insidious had way more people in it.
That's true. And that was early.
And we were the only two, and that was yesterday, and we were the only two people fucking in this theater. So literally, we're like cutting on it and like making the movie infinitely better, you know, by talking through it. Yeah, because holy fuck.
Okay,
I totally see what they were going for.
I'm gonna say if you
Kind of.
watch our machine review, because to me this is the closest I could feel that it was. Like there's bones to a movie here.
Yes.
And I'm just shocked because it's the same writer that like Crazy Rich Asians is amazing.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
turn to you and I go,
really,
Crazy Rich Asians is good, right? And you're like, yeah, it's actually really fucking good. I'm
yeah,
like,
I
okay,
was
I'm gonna go
kind
watch
of
that.
hoping
Yeah.
this would be like a rated R raunchy version of that.
You said
movie.
same director, same writer.
Not same director, same writer.
Same
though.
writer of
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians.
I believe this
So
is
we're
her
not just
directorial
making
debut.
a racist comparison.
No,
I wanna
no.
express that.
She also
Yeah.
wrote Raya and The Last Dragon
Yeah.
or whatever for Disney.
That doesn't help our case.
No, but I'm just telling you like some of the movies that
Yeah.
she's written.
Done.
And this was her directorial debut.
Yeah, nothing about the movie being shot was bad. I didn't think it looked all right. You know what I mean?
No,
like there
just-
was no
the
jarring.
script was just
Except for when they did like weird CG when they didn't fucking need to, like her
was-
gestating her legs back and forth. Yeah.
There was some really. I mean, I'm at a loss for words
So-
because
Let's get into a like plot, kind of what little plot there was. Our main character Audrey and her best friend Lulu have been friends since they were kids because they're the only two Asian kids in
the town
that they live in. And trust
Now,
me,
the
they'll tell you
beginning-
that 10,000 times in the fucking
if
movie.
you go,
so
I mean, you
yeah.
can leave after the opening scene and opening montage, and you've gotten the funniest part of the movie. The beginning is legitimately there's some funny parts in the beginning of the movie,
like the airport scene was like all right. You know,
It's
what I
just
mean?
like
going to the bar scene where she slaps the dude and vomits. Like the one dude is funny.
I can't remember. Yeah, from
Tesla
from
oranges Bitcoin.
yeah, from the daily guy from I'm forgetting his name now from the Daily Show.
Yeah.
There were like that's what I'm saying. There were bones to a good movie here, but the dialogue was weak. Everything felt like it only existed to get us to the next
Pussy joke.
bit,
Yeah.
which
or
was
bit.
normally a joke about a vagina or some kind of sex joke or some kind of racist joke or
Is
some
sex
kind
funny?
of. And again, I don't mean that from like
Are-
a woke or
Are
a other
pussies
side.
funny?
but-
is double heading a fucking vagina funny? Is that funny?
Well, like
If you
that's
did
what I'm
that
trying
with
to say.
dudes, you'd be
I
canceled.
don't, but I don't think it's funny either way.
Yeah. No.
Like, If I'm watching
No.
a comedy, there's a scene that he's referring to, and there's a scene where like
There's a sex montage.
there's a
in this
sex
movie.
montage, comedy sex montage, and it's so over the top that it misses the mark. And I say this, and people go, "It's because it's women," but it's not. If this would have been, there's a scene where the main character, there's two professional basketball players that are performing oral sex. I'm trying to like not like our channel
Sure.
is yeah at the same
Munch and
time on her
box.
at
Yeah.
the same time, but for some reason they do this like hyper speed 120 frame per second. Their heads are moving back and forth while they keep her in like this almost normal.
Like 24 frames. Yeah.
While her friend has a basketball on her while using that massage thing that is bouncing the basketball into her vagina.
Right.
It was like
And
if
then
it
she
was
yeah.
if it was
Stop.
a
gotta
guy was
stop.
the main character and it was two girls doing that, I wouldn't find it funny either. I would be like,
No. No.
sex jokes are like a closer for a mid-level comedian. Like once you go there,
Dirty jokes.
Once you go there, you wrap your setup because you don't really
And
go
most
up
of the
from
comedians
there.
we've heard go, do you guys want to hear a dirty joke? They don't just launch into this joke about how they ate this chick out so hard she couldn't perform anything the next day, which is the joke they fucking play out in
Right,
this movie.
the guys have so much rough, crazy sex that they have concussions and they can't play
and torn ACLs, and
right,
yeah,
and they're on crutches.
and they can't play the game now.
And
It has nothing to do with the rest of the movie, in case you were
but
wondering.
it's what I'm saying, like,
yeah,
there's big build-ups to, like, everything exists to build up to a bit, and then the bits fall flat. About my father, I always get confused. It's my or your or whatever.
about my father. Yeah,
That played the same. It was like,
yeah.
they don't write. This movie wasn't written as a movie. It was written as a string
joke.
of connecting payoffs.
A joke. Yeah,
And those never work.
no,
Like, No Hard Feelings naturally
not when it's that
felt,
obvious.
Right.
Yeah.
The only time that I felt like No Hard Feelings really fails when they went overboard on the roller skating.
But that
as
was
an
at
example.
the beginning
but
of the
that was-
movie.
right.
Yeah, and they
Nothing
knew that was dumb. Yeah.
This movie set up jokes so hard that, like, we were laughing because there's a scene where she's like, so I put everybody's, and I mean almost verbatim, I put everyone's money and passports in my bag.
in this bag.
Right
the
here.
bag I'm holding
Right.
has all of our stuff in it. For anybody wondering, everything
Cue
we
one
need to
friend
get
going,
around.
You worry too much. What? I've heard a lot of stuff gets stolen and crazy things happen on trains. Cue the crazy stuff that happens on trains and they lose their passports and money 5 minutes later.
Yeah, so they go on the train and they sit next to a drug dealer who, instead of them leaving the car to go tell the police that the white chick's the drug dealer, they all get cocaine blown on them. And she goes, you're all drug dealers now too, bitches.
And then they do this weird wannabe Always Sunny in Philadelphia bit that absolutely falls flat on its face.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all scrambling. They're doing lines of blow.
We gotta get
they're
rid of these
shoving
drugs or
condoms
do them.
full of coke.
And that train window won't open. Cut to with the fucking bags of pills and
There's
they're
condoms
doing
full of
lines.
cocaine. They're shoving them up their butt.
Ugh.
And then they're all covered in cocaine. The doors open. It's all like they all look normal, and they're like, "Hey, officer," And it's just like it's just so.
Yeah. And then one of the characters, I'm a lawyer, and I'm such a good lawyer that you need to trust us, and we're not drug
And then they go completely like unrealistic, where they're like, "I don't want to search their buttholes. Let's just make them get off the train.
Let's kick them
So
off the train.
The Chinese military just says, you know what? We're gonna excuse the drugs that we were pounding doors down and looking for someone. You're weird.
Yeah.
You can get off the
They
train."
still have cocaine on them. They're covered in cocaine.
And again,
Like,
now I know you're thinking like, "What's a comedy, guys?"
it's not, though.
And you're right. It's supposed to be a comedy, but the problem is the movie swings from grounded, regular adventure comedy movie where like it's just a comedy and they're on a road trip, like and they're doing something.
She's on a
ridiculous,
business trip
on a business
in China.
trip, and
She
it's a
brings all her
comedy.
friends.
And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden we get a full green screen $2 million CGI music video that is out of so the movie isn't like, so it shouldn't be like, because
Yeah, one thing leads to another. And they have to
Oh.
pretend to be K-pop stars, and then they all dress up to get on a plane to Korea. I don't fucking know.
yeah, to find her birth
to
mom,
find the birth mom once it's revealed that she's actually Korean and not Chinese.
which
I don't
blows the
know.
beginning out
I
of the
don't
water
know.
because
I
she's
don't
trying to
care.
close the deal, and the guy's like, "Well, I won't close the deal with you if you don't know your own family." And she's like, "No, I was born here. I was adopted. My mom's Chinese. I was born here. We'll get it." So, and he's like, "Well, Chinese heritage. My mom's Chinese,
He's
and all
like,
this."
oh, dip. Yeah.
And then it finds out that she's actually Korean. So they're like, the whole thing, all of her friends' family hates her now because she's not actually Chinese. And it's
Yeah.
like,
yeah, we already thought
they
the movie
shift
was
tonally.
bad.
They shift hard into, we want you to cry now.
Yeah.
And not in like a Pixar way where we're just laughing and everyone's great and now, oh my God, you're destroying me. No, just in like a 180 as fast as humanly possible with the turbojets on.
Yeah, we just had the sex montage. Now we got to find out she actually doesn't know where she's coming
They
from.
go sex montage. They do wet ass pussy.
Yeah.
They do the song. They do like 90% of the song, and they all.
But they break out into full music
No,
video
it's green
mode. It's
screened.
not even just like one bit of the
No,
song
no.
and then somebody shuts it down. It's start singing the song and then
They're all singing it.
Literally.
It goes green screen.
Literally.
They're walking at different sets. They're in different parts of
Different
China.
clothes,
It's different.
different
Everything.
motion graphics.
And
That
then it
doesn't make
ends
any
with her bottom, one of the characters' bottoms falls off, and you can see her vagina. And they set up this tattoo joke for 40 minutes. They literally did a montage from them getting basically
every joke in this movie
from America to China was the vagina joke. I got to see her vagina. I'm not going to drop it. I got to see what's the tattoo. I got to tell me about the tattoo. What's the tattoo? I'm not dropping it. I'm not dropping it. And they do, and I'm not exaggerating. She literally says, "I'm not dropping it
over again."
I'm not going to drop it.
And the next scene, she's still talking.
And she's still
about
talking
it.
about
Ha 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 ha! Get it? It's ironic because she said she wasn't going to talk about it, and now she still is.
And then they pay it off because, of course, they do because they hit you over the head.
One of the characters has to be a K-pop fan because we have to pay that off. Every joke. Every setup, every joke is set up to another
on the nose.
fucking joke.
It's on the nose, though.
But it's so on the nose.
Like you already
it's
know.
not funny. No.
Like, you know, they make jokes in movies where they go, "Don't worry, we'll do that when I get back." Like in a zombie movie, like where he's dead.
Well,
it's
he's
like
done.
that, but like over and over and over and over. Every scene.
No. I don't even think there's... the movie's funny at some points.
There's a couple funny parts where you go, okay, that's pretty funny.
It tries too hard to be Hangover or Bridesmaids.
Yeah, I want it
and
to
it's like,
be its own
make
thing.
your own thing. Be original while still being funny. You can't do Amy Schumer jokes and go, vagina.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it just felt like she's such a good writer. It just felt cheap. The very
Felt
end
lazy.
joke is one of the friends gets a tattoo that lights up, and she spreads her legs, and it looks like there's light coming from a vagina,
like,
and they go,
"Oh!"
"Ooh, it lights up!"
Ooh.
Yeah, and then
Roll credits.
neon. And it's just,
What the fuck did we just watch? Literally, me and you are talking like, well, that's payoff for this scene that they're gonna do. Cut to the next scene, and it's
he's
payoff
not
for
wrong.
the joke.
They would set up, and I'd lean over and go, "Watch," because I mean, it was so bad. It was.
You're like, from the very beginning, from like the bar scene when they're doing the slaps or whatever, you're like, she's gonna puke on him. Slaps too
way
hard.
ahead of that too.
That was fine.
Yeah, they try to pretend like they're not
vomits.
going to vomit.
And
They
then
try to
vomits.
subvert your expectations, and then she vomits anyway. Because of course they do.
20 scenes later, she's at the graveyard trying to check on her mom. Out of nowhere, a random dude walks up to the
Stepdad.
only chick in the... Is that her dad? I was her husband. We
After
weren't,
you.
We weren't
Yeah.
married for when I'm not your dad, but
I'm
yeah.
Stepdad, yeah. Oh, and your mom just happened to know you'd probably come looking for her, so she made you this really heartfelt video that will make every person who, if you didn't watch the first part of the movie, cry. If that was like you happen to walk into the theater
It's very emotional.
and you're seeing this
Yeah.
mom who's dying of cancer telling her daughter she hopes she gets to see it.
I'm still recovering from the wet-ass pussy joke.
But no joke.
Yeah.
It went from the wet-ass pussy thing and the vagina and the dragon directly to crying
the
mom
friends have
cancer
a falling
dying.
out,
Right.
and then it's cancer mom's dying. And it's like...
I can't. I
you
need to
just
breathe a
180
little bit.
harder than James Gunn does in Guardians
Yeah.
movies. Yeah,
Like, give me a second.
Dramatic to comedy to comedy to dramatic again. It's like, no, I need to breathe from. You guys literally just did wet ass pussy.
And the problem was they didn't write the climax of the movie until the movie's an hour and 37 minutes long. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say an hour 30 without credits. I looked because I said to him, there is literally what was like 11 minutes left in the movie, and I was like, she just found out her mom died.
Yeah. And it's like, you're like, well, she still has to recover from the friends, and they still have to all get along.
And they literally, she
we still
knocked
have
him out
to,
like,
I'm like
check marks.
we don't have time. That's not in the budget, guys.
And then the first friend, boop, boop. The other friend makes up with her. Like, it is just literally 30 seconds. I'm sorry, I am too. We should tell each other the truth. We should make up. Next friend, I'm sorry, I am too. We're best friends.
Yeah,
yes,
but then
we
the
are.
two friends are together, and you're like 2 for 1.
Yeah, and then then she makes it to the next thing, and it's like they're two together, and I'm like, oh, that's how they're knocking this out.
It was rough.
It was really
genuinely rough. Yeah, honestly, if we didn't go see it together in a theater with nobody, it would have been 10 times worse, I think.
Oh, if I wasn't allowed to vent a little bit, I was losing my mind.
Yeah, it was really bad.
It was Asteroid City.
It was really bad.
That's how I felt inside watching Asteroid City. Like, I was like losing it. Like,
what's happening?
just do something. Be funny or adventurous or anything.
Anything, please. Yeah. Cardi B is not funny. That song's not funny. It's not good. And that comes off as lazy if you literally snap into fucking 2-minute music video mode of them singing wet ass pussy in weird outfits. Haha,
Yeah,
get
it's
it?
just, it
I guess
felt,
I don't.
That's what I'm saying. It
I
felt
guess I
forced.
don't
And
get
I
it.
know we're guys reviewing a chick flick.
2 white dudes review Joyride.
Right, and
Yeah.
it's a chick flick, and I get that. And but I'm telling you right now, one of the things that I can't necessarily speak for him, but we write comedy, and I care about comedy probably more than any other genre of things. I'm not looking at it from any kind of race or sex or anything like that.
No.
It felt lazy.
It's lazy.
It just felt like
It's Amy Schumer
It
stand
did,
up.
and
Vagina, vagina,
it
vagina.
did.
Get it?
There were so
My
many
vagina's so
like
big.
easy.
How big is it?
So many just
Fucking stop. Stop. Right.
and it's not a
actual
guy woman thing.
jokes.
I don't think it's funny in movies when it's guys doing stupid shit like that. I don't
No.
need to hear how big your dick is either.
No.
It's no different.
No. I
Be
don't
creative.
Care. Yeah.
That's not creative.
No.
That's childish. You have a penis. You have a vagina. Yeah, we're humans.
She has a tattoo
you know?
on her pussy. We should all get pussy tattoos.
If you're going to play that joke, you play it for 2 minutes. They make the joke. The first thing they do is they see her. She shows it. It's funny. It's over. They dragged it out for almost the whole movie.
And the whole reason her boyfriend is Christian because her pussy tattoo is of a devil, and she doesn't want to show him the devil tattoo because he'd freak out, and she's a pure Christian
Which,
girl.
Not only do they show it, and like she pants go, and then you see like Satan and like here.
You see like a little slit,
She
though.
does.
No,
No,
not like full vag.
no, but
you
they
know,
cut
yeah.
from the other way, and she goes, "It gets worse. It's tattooed all the way inside."
It's
and
on
then
the
the camera
inside.
spins, and they CGI the inside
You get
of her vagina.
Vagina vision. Yeah.
For real.
Literally looking at the other friends going, ooh. Like, they play that joke twice. They play the same lazy fucking joke.
It's shocking for the sake of being shocking.
Yeah.
If you can make it funny, make it funny. It goes for men, women, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's not the point. I know people are going to be like, no, because you don't.
No,
like
there's
women."
funny
No.
things that happen in this movie for sure, but it doesn't matter because it pales in comparison to them doing.
And because they couldn't figure out whether
Cardi
this is
B.
a grounded reality funny movie or like completely like it wanted to be something about Mary in the beginning. And then it flung so hard to it was like an unbelievable over the top, almost like The Mask comedy where you're like nowhere in reality at all.
In music video land.
And then you slam into drama land.
Yeah, and then it becomes Young and the Restless.
And then at the very end we
Like
try to dirty up the
tugging
jokes
heartstrings.
again.
Yeah.
As it rolls out with a couple more vagina jokes. It was just lazy, and I can't believe it has I'm like, I am shocked. I had small expectations because I'm like, the reviews are positive. It's from a person who's written some good movies and some financially successful movies, no matter what you say, what you think about certain ones that she's written. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
she's got a track record.
They've done all right. So there was hope.
What the hell did we watch?
No. Yeah. She ghost wrote this movie. Yeah. She didn't have anything to do with this fucking movie. Yeah.
For her benefit. I liked other stuff. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Yeah, this one gets like
Careful. Tread lightly here, friend.
Because there's a couple. Baron Davis, the basketball player, makes a
Made the
cameo in this
movie.
movie and steals the movie.
Steals the show.
He's ridiculous.
He's in it for 10 minutes?
Maybe.
If that. Yeah.
He saves them by picking them up, and it's his basketball team where the girls all have sex with the players to almost death.
Yeah.
And he it's really funny, and then he's really mad that they screwed up the team. And that whole part is funny because he is hysterical and he delivers it. So screw you! I'm gonna do it myself.
I'll play the game by myself. Get your ass on the bus.
It's funny, but
that's a different movie.
But that's what I'm saying.
That was from a different movie.
It bounces
that was
so
a crossover
hard.
point. I'm like, no, go. I want to watch the basketball
Go
movie.
follow them.
No. Oh.
But you're right. Some of the scenes were played so extreme and over the top and shocking, and not for funny, just for shocking. That if they were played any other way, people would lose their mind.
Yeah, if I was a woman, would I find this funny? You know what I mean? I'm genuinely curious.
This is like when we go to the comedy club. And I remember that one. I can't remember her name, but it's like you see the comedians and they come out and it's just and they do that. Amy Schumer, and they open up with a. The best thing about my boyfriend is my pussy's always in his mouth, or whatever she said. That joke, and we look at each other and we're like, oh my god! Like if that's how you're opening your set.
Yeah,
it's lazy.
I'm out.
I don't want to watch that.
I'm out.
And
I'm
if the
sorry.
guy came out and said the same thing but reversed, I'd be like, I'm out. I don't want to sit here and listen to 45 minutes of dick jokes.
No.
That's not comedy.
No, that's lazy. That's
It's
childish.
lazy.
Yeah. Haha. That's like a fart joke when you're 8.
It's exactly what it is.
It's like a fart joke.
In the beginning I'm telling you, the first 5 minutes is right out of something about Mary. It's like the parents are they're these two Asian, the parents of the one friend are just ripping on the white people,
and then 2 white people show up.
And they
they're
show,
like,
I'm like, what do they want?
Can you
It's
play
like,
with our
hello,
daughter? Yeah.
I'm from Cal. And she goes over the top with this voice. And then they haven't adopted,
Yeah,
and
they're like, do you speak English?
It's
oh my god.
It's unbelievable. And then the movie again tonally shifts. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It's we're gonna be really racist and make you go, oh, I can't believe they're saying that, but it's not funny.
Yeah, the opening line, which is in the trailer by the kid.
Mhm.
So he says some major racist shit. and then like gets punched in the face by like the baby versions of
Right.
the two main characters. Kids cursing. Haha.
Yeah, it's like South
it?
Park. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, okay,
Fuck you.
it's really funny,
Yeah.
but like the whole premise, like the Asian parents think that the white parents are coming over to be complete assholes, but really they're like, we adopted a Asian girl.
Yeah.
Can we be friends?
Yeah.
It's like the whole the opening was played brilliantly, and then the movie just goes absolutely nowhere.
Modern Family did it better.
Mm.
Sorry, they did.
That's legendary writing, though. That show is one of the most best written things of all time.
They adopt
Yeah.
Lily. I mean, that's
Yeah.
literally the premise of Modern Family, except they did it way better. This
Yeah,
movie
this-
is weak sauce.
This is weak
It's
sauce.
major weak sauce. Yeah, it was. It
Because
wasn't
I
it.
laughed a
I'm gonna-
couple times. I'm just gonna give it a flat 5.
Yeah, I think I'm right there.
Because there's effort there, and there was bones to a good movie,
Yeah.
and I get it. But to me, you're right. It played too much like they watched other movies that were like this and just tried to do that
It's
instead of doing
derivative.
your own thing.
It's
Yeah.
specifically like I know all comedy is derivative, but this is like visibly so. Like down to archetypes of each character
Mhm.
resembling Hangover.
They did a
characters.
Hangover bridesmaid combo because they did have the archetypes pretty much from the Hangover, but then they had the friend relationship where like some of them don't like each other, like in the bridesmaids. Because I know
Right.
they only didn't like Zach Galifianakis,
But one friend likes all of them.
right?
Sure.
So they
Right.
did, but they do. But like the one character is literally Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
She's weird,
Quirky.
crazy things, lighting lighters.
Can I bring these lighters on the plane?
Yeah.
No. Obviously, your character knows.
Is that like a crowd roar? Or is it like a sold out? Everyone's laughing at the movie theater at that line with the lighter line. Like I don't know what some of these things are played for. Is my point.
Right. Who is the joke for?
And again, we talk about this. I feel bad ripping on comedy because like that's
She's
what we
so
do. and
socially
it's like,
disassociated or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like,
Mhm.
can I bring these lighters? It's not like a Bic lighter either. It's like
no, they're like the
grill lighters.
grill lighters. Yeah, I see like 4 of them. She lights them all at the same time, like Wolverine, like claws. You
Well,
know?
because the main character said she lit her hair on fire
Yeah.
earlier, so
And
we had
to get the joke.
to pay off that joke.
The joke.
From 2 seconds.
Because everything's set up, payoff, set up, payoff, set up, payoff. Again, comedy is subjective, but this is lazy. So I don't think most people.
People will find this funny. You know what I mean?
I mean, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Maybe we're wrong.
Maybe we're wrong. I don't think so.
It was lazy.
It was a lazy
Just
movie.
lazy.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
potential was there.
There was definitely potential there.
Yeah, the potential
I
was
liked
there.
some of the characters. I liked what they were going for. I liked the
Immediately
opening of
from the
movie.
drug scene, it should have spun off to they need to run from the cops because
Right.
they are now
No,
wanted
every
in China.
time something
Yeah.
serious happens, they just would let them go and go, "We're not. You're weird." Like literally, almost like there was 2
We gotta get
instances
to
they should have been arrested.
Get to the next scene,
and they're
man.
like,
we gotta go.
They show up at an airport with no visa, no passport, no anything, and they go, "You get out of here.
Go. Scram.
You can't be here. I don't even think you should be here in this country.
So they just walk
you
into
should
a
leave."
hangar, by the way.
Yeah,
It's not even like an airport.
like in a private
It's
part
like
of the
a
airport.
private
Yeah.
hangar. They just roll up to.
Which again, comedy, and you're like, yeah, but it's like, no, but they just played this as this is like a real movie. Like this is a comedy, but like a realistic comedy.
About her finding her real birth
right.
mother.
Except until after they walk into the hangar, and again, now it's not. Now it's Bonkers City. It's Rick and Morty now, and we're like doing music videos.
I wish it was Rick and Morty. Yeah. Rick and Morty, I think, did Wet Ass Pussy better.
Yeah, stop doing that song as a comedy thing.
not
We talked
funny.
about this, leaving
It's
the
a
theater.
bad
South
song.
Park couldn't make it funny.
If Matt and Trey couldn't do it,
If they can't make it
the
funny,
kings of comedy, then don't try it.
don't try it.
No.
Men, women, it doesn't matter. The joke's not funny.
No.
That song, to me, is as shitty as rap songs with dudes talking the same way. It's just garbage.
Yeah,
It's
Big
just-
Ass Dick. I'm going to release a rap song called Big Ass Dick.
There probably already is.
Macaroni in a pot, that's some big ass dick.
Say like pepperoni in a, or I mean I meant to say
That's a spicy meatball.
oh my god, I can't even. I'm like, I can't even. That movie destroyed my brain. It was so. I got nothing. Yeah, flat 5. It was just I have seen one. What do we have seen collectively? One really good movie in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Indiana
now?
Jones.
That's it. And before that was No Hard Feelings.
Yeah, wow, fuck.
It's like 2 for 6 in the last 8 movie releases, man. That's not good.
What it was: No Hard Feelings, Asteroid City, Indiana Jones, Ruby Gillman, Insidious Joyride,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing has been good really since Indiana Jones.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Ruby Gillman was kind of bad.
It was not
Joyride
good.
isn't good.
No.
Insidious was bad.
And it's like they're just dicks about everything.
Next week we get Mission Fucking Impossible.
We see that actually early, so I'm super excited. We see that in
Wednesday,
No, we see that like in a couple days. Me and you.
Monday, right?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Catch an early review for that one. Yeah, we'll probably release that on Monday
I think we
then.
should.
I think, yeah. So catch a Mission Impossible Mondays.
Oh, we might be able to go see it Sunday. I'll tell you about it off the show.
Monday Impossible.
Yeah, would you give it? I gave it a 5. Would you say?
I'm right there.
Right
I'm
there?
right there with you. Yeah. So if you catch flack, I can just say I agreed with you.
Yeah, that's fine. Makes sense. That's how normally it goes.
It's funnier than the
So
entire movie.
Check out the Insidious review. Check out Indiana Jones.
Ruby
Ruby Gilman.
If the movie's in theaters, we've reviewed it. That should be our fucking tagline
Except
now.
we need to see that Sound of
Freedom.
I don't want to watch that. I heard that there's some weird and conservative leaning things in
great.
it.
Then we have to watch it.
I don't want to though. I don't. Your mom might be there.
Conservicon is actually being hosted.
Sponsored by Sound of Freedom.
Special screening. Ryan's house Thursday nights. Macaroni in a pot and sweat ass pussy.